So Bear Claw, obviously before you lived out here, you lived a more normal life. Do you ever miss it?
You know, back when I was making folding money, yeah, I did enjoy that. But being a slave to society, you know, there's important things in this world, food and shelter and family and good friends. And, you know, it's not how much you make, it's how much you spend. And I don't miss all that folding money at all. As long as me and the dogs and the horses are all fed and warm and got what we need, and I got powder and lead and a striker and a flint and a good knife, and those are the comforts of this world to me.
In the age of technology, the electrical grid is expanding, and the world is getting smaller. For some, finding peace of mind means hiding out where no one thinks to look. To escape, they redefine off the grid.
There's new stuff to see every time you come in here. It's like being a kid in a candy store, really. Every time you come in or go out, you're looking at things from a different direction, and you always see something new. Low here, fellas, real low.
For nearly 2 years, Joe Ray has made his home below the grid in the Ozark Mountains of north central Arkansas.
This is it.
Living almost entirely underground, Joe utilizes caves for shelter, and he strategically stashes food and supplies throughout the tunnels.
Ooh, come down here and give me a little bite to eat before I get on back to being busy. Gotta have some jerky. This stuff here gives me good energy and keeps me going. I'm almost out of it. In this cave, you know, I mean, the temperature stays so right in here. It doesn't never get hot. It always stays in the 60s. So that sort of will let meats hang a little longer. I make my own jerky here, so this is the one way that I know I always have meat to supply, because the jerky will last me forever as long as I keep it in an airtight, semi-airtight thing. Moisture in here will degrade it, but like I say, I can airtight it and I can keep it for a while. But this is all I got left, but I'm gonna need to be going filling that up. My rice supply is getting low. I'm out of beans completely. Head out and see if I can find me some fresh meat to eat. I'll just have to see what moves when I'm out running around, what I can stir up.
Goodness gracious. Well, I don't see any date on this. Chuck, Dot, Stan, Jan, Stuart, Sharon, Marilyn, Loretta, Tricia, and Bear Claw, the little guy on the end. We have just got ready for church, and we're standing in the driveway by our old farmhouse, and my mom called me her baby, and I was. My brother Stuart had always drove him crazy.
In the Clearwater Mountains, just after sunrise, Bear Claw is looking back on the road that led him here. Today, he's celebrating his 60th birthday, his 10th beyond the grid.
I celebrate my birthday in the spring now. You gotta live through winter to make it worthwhile, so I count winters.
To mark the occasion, today, he'll embark on a 65-mile pack trip with his best friends to his favorite place on Earth, the Big Cedar Woods of El Dorado Creek in western Idaho.
Well, today's the day. Waking up this morning knowing that I'm headed out for a pack trip, this is what I live for. There's nothing more I would rather do.
Glad you showed up. It's about time for a break.
You know, every time I come over here, you're bent over a horse or riding in circles. Imagine that.
That sounds about right. How's it going, buddy?
Dang good. How about you?
Pretty good. I'm out that horse is scared of grass, man.
Imagine that. He'd probably run off.
It's all fencing.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
How's the ride?
Oh, man, it was great. You ready to go on a little adventure?
Yeah.
Head for the high country?
Yeah, I gotta put some shoes on the fronts at least, and then we'll roll.
Good, good.
We're going up El Dorado, is that right?
That's the plan.
I haven't been up there in a while either. It's gonna be interesting to go up there. I'm excited about it.
Remember the last time we were up there? Them great big cedar trees?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, those are huge.
Aren't
those
they
big cedars.
unbelievable?
Yeah.
Them was the biggest trees I've seen in Idaho.
Yep.
All right.
Hello, Bear Claw.
You are here.
Well, it's been a while.
Boy, it has been a while. How you doing, partner?
Good. Boy, it's good to see you. Looking
Yeah,
good.
Right. You got a new gun?
Well, it's an old 44.
That's pretty good. Let me fondle that thing, would you? I'll tell you what. Huh. You know,
It could be brothers.
I reckon yours is a whisker older. I think they used more metal back in the day.
In the old days.
You bet. It's plumb good to see you, partner.
It's been a long time. Been too long.
Yeah.
You're in charge of the map. We're gonna ride the Lewis and Clark Trail right here. We're gonna go to the Laurel Creek campground there. It takes off into the Forest Service lands, and we're gonna go all the way up to El Dorado Creek.
To reach the big cedars of El Dorado Creek, it's a 65-mile ride across rugged terrain and untouched wilderness. The kind of test Bear Claw's seeking to mark his 60th birthday.
A lot of climbing, a lot of long days, jumping creeks, going uphill.
My blood's boiling.
I'm just gonna tuck these propane tanks away. I just don't want them to get blown over or knocked over or anything like that.
Outside the grid, Dan Burton is always prepared to battle the elements.
Lake Michigan's no joke. You know, a storm will roll in quicker than you think, so you gotta take precautions.
In the middle of Lake Michigan, localized storms often bring high winds and heavy rains to the Beaver Island archipelago.
There's a chance of, you know, some heavier weather coming in, which if you look around means something from above coming down. You can feel it, it's getting breezy. You know, I've had many a times where, you know, it takes a day or two to get out of here just because you're dealing with the aftermath. Living on an island, living in a harsher climate is always taking more work than anywhere else. But what you give up and what you gain is worth it. This kind of life, you know, living in the boonies, to me it's about, you know, dreaming about something simpler. And then be able to say, you know, I did it. The best thing to do, you know, I mean, as a whole, you know, is to bunker down just like anywhere. You know, treat it like a tornado. You know, get in the sturdiest room you got and hold on for dear life.
I feel like hammered dog.
You're a little warm. Are you nauseous?
No, it's just a pain in my damn stomach.
Appendicitis?
No, it's higher.
Okay.
It hurts.
I'll see what I can find. Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good. Be careful, please.
You be careful.
Yeah, love you.
I don't want to come back and find you. Find you dead.
5 years ago, Doc and Jeannie Leverett ventured to eastern Washington, heading above the grid in search of health and peace of mind.
Love you too, babe. Sleep well.
Before their move, Doc suffered from an array of health issues, and some of those problems still plague him to this day.
Before we moved here, I had 5 blood clots in my lung, a small stroke at the age of 35. This was kind of my last-ditch effort to save my own life. If I kept living in the city, I think I would already be in the ground.
This is chamomile. I make a really good sleepy time tea out of it. These are rose hips. These are the ticket. Rose hips have 30 times more vitamin C per pound than an orange does. My husband always has health issues. Everything from stomach ulcers to arthritis. He's got a fused wrist. I mean, from head to toe, he's pretty much broken. His mind's good, though, and his love for me is awesome. This is gonna make him feel so much better. If he's happy, I'm happy. If he's miserable, we're all miserable. Let's head back to see how he's doing. This is the magic go dead medicine. These rose hips are gonna be really nice. Crush them up a little bit. The cheesecloth is really awesome. It's got little holes in it. Liquid just comes right through there. It's kind of like a tea bag that you would get in the store without anything in it. It's a strainer, basically. Hey, sweetie.
Hey,
How you doing?
I've had better days.
I got some stuff. I'm just gonna minute. It's not that hot. Try that. Glass is a little warm, but...
I think she likes me being sick as much as I hate being sick.
I like you being sick because then you realize you actually need me. So I secretly poison your food at night.
Let's take a walk and go.
In the Ozark Mountains, Joe Ray spends most of his time below the grid. But when survival dictates, he's forced to the outside world. Today, he's emerged in hopes of trapping small game to provide enough meat to sustain him for the month ahead.
So your foot's bleeding.
Yeah, these sawbriars out here are a tough bunch to put up with. They attack me more than I attack them. But I mean, that's just part of life out here. I've got hog trails going off through here. I got hog tracks. I know we got hogs up here. If one comes out here right now, I'm gonna warn y'all, I'm gonna take off. I'm going up a tree because these things are super nasty. They got tusks. They can rip you up in just a second. Yep. They've got them a waller here. A hog waller, that's where they come up and roll in the mud. It protects them, gets rid of the bugs, the lice. You see where they've been rubbing on here on their tusks and scratching around. This could be a good score for me. See if we can't catch these babies and dress them up.
In the middle of Lake Michigan, winds exceeding 35 miles per hour have hit Beaver Island, leaving widespread damage and debris. Now, Dan Burton has emerged to survey the aftermath.
A little bit of the aftermath of a windstorm. You know, these beech trees, they get so old and hollow where the storm, the wind just hits them and busts them tops right off, and it leaves you this to deal with. It'll take a little cleaning up, you know, some firewood. We got a lot of property to check, so I'm gonna keep moving and we'll assess the damage. Oh, yeah. You know, welcome to my world. This is what I gotta deal with today. A tree landed right on my truck. It's the only truck I got. It's what I use to get, firewood. I go hunting and fishing with this truck. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to fix the truck. I got a game plan. I'm gonna try and get a hold of a buddy of mine, friend Randy. Titus, come on, buddy. He's a logger out here. He's one of the few loggers that are left on the island. He lives about a mile through the woods from my house. He's actually one of my closest neighbors. See if I can get him to give me a hand.
Give me a drink of water.
Let's do it.
I'm sure they're plumb thirsty by now. Hey. When I got to Idaho 10 years ago, Han and I, our first pack trip, we saddled up and I rode Conan's horse. We came to Fish Creek and we came down to the big cedars, and those are the biggest trees I ever seen in my life. It's out in the middle of nowhere. The cedars are tremendous. The energy is amazing. The first time we were here in this meadow, I had a dream of my father, and the day before we rode in there, so I'm always thinking of that. I know he's looking down on me, and this is just a real sacred place to me.
Beyond the grid, Han and Conan are helping Bearclaw mark the occasion of his 60th birthday with a 65-mile pack ride to the Big Cedar Woods, Bearclaw's favorite place on Earth.
Kind of a bank a little bit, but I think we could probably... Well, let me try it out. It's a pretty big drop. Oh, buddy, that was a big one, huh? Jeez, that's not too good. The out's a little rough.
Conan. I got her. Big packs.
Bearclaw, Han, and Conan must work quickly to remove 300 pounds from their horse's back to help pull her to her feet.
Get her up before her head's in there.
If her nose is submerged, her lungs could fill with fluid, a potentially critical situation.
It's okay, girl.
Hang on, hang on, hang on. Oh, hang on.
I hate to loosen it with my knife. We got you. Watch your legs.
As Yuma struggles, they must work cautiously. One kick could deliver enough force to break a human bone.
Get her up. Whoa!
Get her head up, get her head up. All right, give it a shot. Come on. Watch them feet. Come on. Head up. Come on. Come on, you got it. Come on. She's on that log. Come on. There you go. There you go. Come on, sweetheart. You gotta bend them back.
Piece of cake.
Oh,
Love you, girl. Love you, girl.
bath time. Maybe we'll find a better spot to cross.
No offense, but I'm going around.
I'm with you, boss.
Hells bells. Above the grid, in Onion Creek, Washington, Doc Leverett is battling an illness, while his wife Jeannie works on further treatment to ease his pain.
When you're kind of down for a little bit, it feels kind of odd. It's like I'm not pulling my fair share out here. I know she won't. She'll tell you, oh, she likes to take care of me. She would prefer me late, you know. But I feel kind of useless.
I'm getting some water. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a sock therapy for my husband. I know it sounds really crazy, but what you do is you get some really cold water, and this is glacier runoff, so it's gonna work great. You put your socks in there, get them real cold, and then you wring them out, slip them on his feet at night, and then when he wakes up, he's gonna hopefully feel a lot better. What it does is it promotes circulation, and it flushes all the bad stuff out of his system. I need him back on his own 2 feet again. Okay.
Go ahead, I'll show
It
you.
don't matter which one.
Put it on.
A little crappy.
It's freezing.
I'd heat it up, but it won't work, so it's kind of pointless.
So cold is supposed to increase the circulation?
Uh-huh.
It's cold. Who the hell told you this?
It's something I read in one of the Live Off the Grid books and, you know, outdoor living. And,
Oh, we know how accurate those things are.
hey, it worked for the pioneers.
No, it didn't. They didn't have no books that they read. Some Jim Bob.
All these theories come from them, though.
Okay.
The herbal medicine comes from them.
Okay,
Cold socks
okay.
come from them.
Okay, I'm just lashing out because my feet are cold.
You'll be fine, I promise.
We'll take a little sachet.
Okay.
In the Ozark Mountains, Joe Ray has emerged from below the grid to hunt for much-needed protein.
Been doing any hunting?
Just a little scouting here and there. Found a couple of fresh wallets, a little bit of tracks.
With large feral hogs in the area, he's recruited Leo Cox, a fellow hunter, to help the cause and ensure nothing goes to waste.
I like this right in here, Joe. Come around this root right here.
Oh, this is gonna be a perfect place here.
Mm-hmm.
Set a snare up, maybe 2 here. Baling wire.
What would you do with that? It's hillbilly welding rod. It's the best stuff ever. I didn't know they made muffler clamps for years. I just used baling wire.
Yeah.
We need it about that high, don't we? A little more.
Yeah, so when we set this up here like this, hogs won't come through here, and they're gonna hit this. As soon as they hit this,
Zip.
it'll just slide
like
right
that.
up on them. And they'll just, you know, the more they fight, the tighter it'll get. It's definitely something that they won't get away from.
And they'll probably squeal. We'll hear them come running.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We'll know the hunt is right here. Oh, there's trees down over here, too. What do you say, Randy?
Hey, not too much. What's up?
Nah, I'm dealing with the same mess you got going here, man. Trees,
Yeah, a
trees,
little wind.
trees, yeah, a little wind.
Little wind.
Outside the grid, Dan Burton has set out to recruit logger Randy Osborne to help remove a fallen tree from his truck in the wake of a storm.
She was pretty rough. What'd you think of that storm?
Jeez. Woke me up, scared the dog. God. Well, how's everything fare over at your house?
Yeah, I got a mess to deal with, but most importantly, I got one right on top of my Jeep pickup.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You will run, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was gonna see if I could maybe help you do something and have you help me lift it off.
Yeah, I think I could.
One of your boom, you know, with the logging trucks.
Yeah, I got the log truck. I could try it.
Cool. And then whatever you want me to do, I'll just trade you hours, and
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll let you cut a little firewood.
you're the guy I needed, man.
All right.
Thanks, Randy.
Yep.
Out here on Beaver Island, there's a code amongst locals to always offer something when asking for anything in return. Manpower is often used as currency, so Dan will aid in Randy's storm cleanup before they tend to Dan's damaged truck.
It's nice to be able to repay the favor and help him get his firewood and whatever he needs done. Randy's pretty much the only logger left on the island.
20-some years on here. I heard there was a job up here. The guy was just got in an accident. He had half his foot taken off from a log, so he couldn't do much. And so I was his only cutter for a while. I wasn't very good. I wasn't very fast, but at least I kept going. I wouldn't give up. Learned a lot in 20-some years.
That's a nice trailer, man.
It is. I like it.
These fallen trees will help Randy heat his cabin in the months to come. And after lending a hand here, Dan has earned Randy's help in return.
Let's go fix the truck.
So you know you're bored, huh? Playing with the ants on the tree?
In Onion Creek, Doc's recovering from an illness with the help of Jeannie's natural remedies. For the past 6 hours, they've been hunkered down inside their 10-foot by 10-foot treehouse to recuperate.
Give me a kiss. Love you. Okay.
My stomach is killing me, and I can't sleep. And I need to get back into the game. Being sick kind of proves the point that it's good not to do this solo and by yourself. You need somebody to lean on. Jeannie's my kickstand. I rely heavily on Jeannie for the knowledge of the plants and the herbs, and I have to trust her knowledge. I'm a little better, I'm standing a little stronger. I think I'm doing something right. I think we're doing something right. Cannot sleep.
This is toilet paper, so to speak, squatting paper. We might not be using this for a day or two.
In the Clearwater Mountains, Bearclaw, Han, and Conan are more than halfway to the Big Cedar Woods, a journey to celebrate Bearclaw's 60th birthday.
Whiskey!
Today, their pack horse Yuma faced near disaster on the trail. So this evening, expert horse trainer Conan will take an opportunity to work with his horse and prepare him for whatever lies ahead.
I've been teaching this Mohawk horse to lay down for a while. I like to do it every once in a while in different locations, so he just gets used to it. He's getting pretty good at it. Give me your foot. Come on. Lean back. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. No. Whoa. Hey. Whoa. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Oh.
The bell is to help me sleep at night. And what it is I'll hear him where he's at. And I'll wake up during the night, and it's just a good feeling to know that he's right out here. A horse is the best thing for the inside of a man.
Is that an old saying?
It is an old saying. An old cowboy saying. You throw a saddle on a horse, you climb on a horse. And no matter what's going on in the world, it totally disappears. And all you do is ride away and think of your family and think of your friends and think of who takes care of us. And it's a great life.
Oh, yeah.
See what I got?
Yeah. I see your problem. You shouldn't have parked underneath that tree.
Outside the grid, on Beaver Island, Dan Burton's helped his friend Randy deal with property damage in the wake of a storm. Now, to repay the favor, Randy will help try to remove a fallen tree from Dan's truck.
See if it'll start. Oh, cool. All right. Woo! All right, I'm going to lift it up. When you see that coming up, stay the hell out of there, all right?
You got it, man.
Okay.
Well, I'm a little nervous. I've seen these things slip out of these clutches before, so I ain't gonna be here long.
Go, go, go. All right.
Woo! Nice job, Randy! Thanks, Randy.
No problem. What are you going to do with the tree now?
Cut it up for firewood, probably. In most locations, you know, where you have access to and salvage yards and things, you wouldn't even put money into a truck like this. But on Beaver Island, a truck like this has got, hopefully, you know, not 100,000 miles to go. It's just too valuable to throw out. Somebody you know is going to need it, or you might need it yourself. This was off a truck that I originally brought to Beaver Island. The truck's long gone, but the topper's going to be used again. You know, a little truck camper. It's going to be nice having a roof over my head. This is going to be used for a long time.
Yeah. Let me grab my gun over here. Good to go.
Did a single barrel shotgun. It took me 2 years to find it one time.
In the Ozark Mountains, Joe Ray has reemerged from below the grid after a 12-hour wait to reunite with Leo and investigate the snares they set for feral hogs in the area.
Damn, looks like we've had some success.
I mean,
We got a sow. Hey, wait. Something's still moving up there. Look.
hey, we got a little one too.
Little fella up there is grunting and growling. I think we ought to let it go.
All righty then.
It'll grow up. Mom will be plenty of meat for us for a while.
You betcha.
It'll get a little bigger and we'll have a little more meat next time. Let's go. I want to thank the good Lord, Mother Nature. You'll be feeding us. It wasn't for a lost cause. We're not going to waste any of you. That's it.
I think we get that rope around that elm tree right there. Nicely done.
She's a big one.
Dang betcha. That's gonna be good. Higher than hell.
Yeah, hell, the work starts now.
Yes, it does.
In the Ozark Mountains, Joe Ray and Leo have managed to trap a 200-pound feral hog. They must work quickly to process the animal to ensure nothing goes to waste.
A lot of people might wonder why I'm not helping him. Sometimes it's better with only one person slinging a knife.
That's right.
Because,
Somebody get cut.
One person slinging a knife's enough.
That's plenty. This is a part can make you or break you.
Here you go.
As long as you don't bust that intestine, you're doing pretty good.
Yep.
These intestines here,
Yeah.
when they made sausage, that's what they used to use.
Yep. So the original casing.
Yeah, original casings. This is your good fried stuff right here. The tenderest part of a pig. The inner loins. That'll be good table fare right there. It's a nice ham right there. Not a bad day hunting.
Yeah, this is a good day.
Joe and Leo split the meat 50-50 and part ways. After drying his share, Joe will have enough protein to last a month. But Whenever Joe takes a hog, he always uses every part of the animal, including the fat.
We'll take our cans. The wick for these is really super easy, using some old shoestrings here. Well, these are about set up. I'm fixing to take them back and distribute them through the cave here. Off we go, folks. I got a lot of meat to eat, and Leo got some meat, and I've got light. What more can I ask for? It'll all turn around and come back to you. You treat the earth right, and it'll treat you right, too.
Hey, sweetie.
What?
Come here.
Above the grid in Onion Creek, Doc Leverett is finally on the mend after 36 hours battling illness.
Hurry, before it's gone.
Before what's gone?
Come on.
What?
Come here there, woman. Sit down. Sit down. Plant thy ass. Live before that's gone.
Thanks. Two.
To you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Much, much appreciated. I should be sick more often.
Makes you wonder what people are doing on the other side of there, huh? The world could have ended, we'd never know.
Yeah?
Easy, baby.
In the Clearwater Mountains, Bear Claw, Han, and Conan have covered over 60 miles on horseback to celebrate Bear Claw's 60th birthday. Their destination is Bear Claw's favorite place on Earth, the Big Cedar Woods just ahead.
Here they are. The start of the big ones.
Best oxygen in the world under these cedars. You notice they're getting bigger and bigger around, and my blood's starting to boil. Look at old great-grandpa over there. Man, that a beautiful tree, or is that a beautiful tree?
Yeah, it is.
Reaching over 150 feet high, these massive cedars are believed to be over 1,000 years old. When Bear Claw first left Wisconsin behind, he took shelter here, within this ancient forest.
We're here, buddy. Oh. Hey, buddy boy. It's absolutely amazing.
Can't imagine it until you get here, you know? It's nice to be back.
Makes me feel like a little kid again. I had a grand plan when I was a kid, but you guys put the final pieces of the puzzle together of my life to make me as happy as possible. I'm living my dreams. This is the place I've always searched for. I didn't know it existed. I didn't know I'd get this far on that journey.
On the edge of civilization, dreams are sometimes fulfilled in the most unlikely of places.
Kind of wanting to be that guy in Jeremiah Johnson called Bear Claw, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Pretty well hit that nail on the head, didn't you?
Though the unexpected often tests grit and resolve along the way.
It's gonna be nice having a roof over my head.
25 more years?
25 more years.
At the end of the day, success makes the journey more worthwhile, and the reward that much sweeter to savor.
You know, the other day I had a whole can of seasoning salt break loose in my pocket. Might as well. Now that looks better, don't it?
Oh, yeah.
To the hunt, my friend.
Absolutely.
Aren't you glad I lose stuff in my pockets all the time?